In an earlier video, we looked at the two most frequently used operating modes of DM5. That is the normal running mode and the show mode. In this video, we're going to take a look at two other operating modes which are primarily used for diagnostics and also as an aid for calibration of the unit. These two modes are input test mode and output test mode. Let's start off by looking at input test mode. So, when we're in input test mode, the bar gauges have different functions to what they do in the normal running mode. We display on the bar gauges the three hardwired analog inputs, and we display them in a different order. The upper one is throttle position sensor in input test mode. The center one is air temperature sensor in this mode, and the lower one is the input voltage in this mode. The numeric display can be used to cycle through not only the hardwired analog inputs that we use for parameters, but also two potentiometers that are used to control the brightness of the displays. In this mode, we don't actually have the potentiometers change the brightness because we're using this mode just to read the values of the inputs from those potentiometers. So we're actually displaying at the moment the value of the first potentiometer, which controls the brightness of this numeric display, or at least it will in normal running mode. And you can see that as we change that potentiometer, we can read the raw hexadecimal conversion value from the A to D converter. That allows us to test to make sure that the microcontroller can read all of its inputs, particularly in this case, the potentiometer inputs. Let's push this button once, and we can now see that we're looking at a different potentiometer, the one that controls the brightness of the LED light bars. If we press this button again, we're now looking at the throttle position sensor input, and we indicate using these LEDs, the ones that indicate status in normal running mode. In input test mode, these LEDs indicate which, if any of these analog inputs, is also being displayed on the numeric. In this case, we're looking at the throttle position sensor input. So this is the raw hex conversion value, and this is the same thing displayed on the bar gauge. Let's just vary that. Pushing it again shows us the air temperature sensor input. Again shows us the voltage input, and again actually displays the raw pulses, which would be measured on the frequency meter. Pushing it again takes us back to the first input. These green-red indicators, when we're in input test mode, only the green section is used to indicate the state of the ground switched inputs. That's because in input test mode we want to use the red sections to indicate for high switched inputs that are also available to the unit but not actually displayed in normal running mode, things that we can allocate to custom functions. The normal, auto and pursuit indicators, again, we just use the large section of the display because we use the small section of the display in input running mode to indicate the state of the push buttons that provide functions. So you can see we use some slightly different functions in input test mode, but what it enables us to do is to make sure that the microcontroller can see absolutely all of its discrete inputs and analog inputs. Finally, let's just take a look at the output test mode. In output test mode, the unit actually cycles through every display element, making sure that each LED can be switched individually on and off. So first of all it will cycle through all of the numerics, and then the bar gauges, putting various display patterns on them. Then the large indicators, illuminating each section in turn, and then the whole thing. Then the green-red indicator pairs. And finally the audio tone generator. Okay, first of all we switch the whole display on. And this is the onboard audio tone generator. And then we're back round to the individual segments again.